I still remember the moment the phone rang. It was the police. And in that one call, everything I buried deep inside, years of betrayal, silent rage, carefully planned steps, hardened into one sharp truth. Justice had arrived. But to understand why that call changed everything, you need to know how I got here. 5 years. That's how long I had been silently writing checks, clearing balances, paying down interest. I didn't live in my parents' house, but I covered their mortgage every single month. No missed payments. No questions asked. I told myself it was out of duty, a way to repay them for raising me. Maybe it was. But deep down, I also believe in loyalty, the kind that's supposed to work both ways. Then came my younger sister's wedding, the golden child, the favorite, the one who, in my parents' eyes, could do no wrong. I remember standing at the reception, a glass of champagne sweating in my hand, when my father took the microphone. His voice shook with emotion as he held up a set of keys and announced a gift. Our family home, now theirs, to help them start their new life. Applause. Tears. My sister squealed. My mother dabbed her eyes with a tissue. But no one looked at me. No one said my name. I had vanished from a narrative. The house I paid for, handed off like a trophy. Something inside me cracked. But I didn't scream. I didn't make a scene. I smiled, hugged my sister, and congratulated her on the house. The house I had unknowingly gifted her. Later that night, lying in my small rented apartment, the truth cut deeper. All the overtime shifts, the vacations I skipped, the sacrifices I made to keep that roof over their heads. Gone, transferred, deeded away to someone else. Betrayal doesn't always come with knives. Sometimes it comes with ink. 2 months later, my parents came to me, not with apologies, not even gratitude, just more expectations. We're thinking of downsizing. My mother said over dinner, casually, your vacation home, it's empty most of the year, right? She asked like she was doing me a favor, like I still owed them. I set my fork down, calm, always calm. No, I said, you can't move in there. The shock on their faces said everything. They'd expected me to obey, like always. They didn't see that something had shifted. That night, I stopped being their child. I became their opponent. I didn't yell. I didn't storm out. I studied deeds, mortgages, bank transfers. I traced every cent I had sent. While they slept peacefully under a roof I had funded, I turned my silence into strategy. Revenge, I learned, isn't fire. It's ice. It waits. My first move? I stopped paying. Quietly. No announcement. The house wasn't mine anymore. Why carry the weight? Second, I called in a favor from an attorney, a man who knew how to turn paper into power. Together, we built the case meticulously, piece by piece. Third, I closed the tap. No more bailouts. No more financial help. Every dollar I earned became mine again. And then I waited, because desperation always reveals the truth. It didn't take long. 2 missed mortgage payments on my sister's gifted house, and the cracks appeared. She called me in tears. Can you help? Just for a little while, she begged. I told her I couldn't. My voice was soft, but my refusal was sharp enough to cut. Then came my parents, angry, desperate, accusing. You're selfish, they said. Ungrateful. Cruel. The irony nearly made me laugh. By then, the legal case was complete. The payments I had made were documented. Loans, not gifts. Traceable. Enforceable. The sheriff's notice landed like a thunderclap. The house was being repossessed. Because of me, the night before they were evicted, I visited. My father's face was pale. My mother's eyes red. My sister frozen on the couch. Her husband silent beside her. I looked around at the furniture, the walls, the photos, my legacy in their lives, erased and ignored. Then I looked at them. You wanted me invisible, I said softly, so I became invisible. You thought my silence was weakness. It wasn't. It was strategy. My father opened his mouth to speak, but I raised a hand. No, you don't get to speak. Not tonight. The silence that followed was thick, unbearable. And for the first time, I saw it in their eyes. the realization that they had created their own executioner. Which brings me back to that phone call. It was the police. My parents had been caught trying to break into my vacation house. Desperate, humiliated, and finally, powerless. This time, the law was on my side. I didn't lift a finger. People ask me if I regret it, if I wish I had forgiven them, given them one more chance. But regret? Regret is for the guilty.